Yo, 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 what's up, YouTube fam? Back with another one, man. First and foremost, Happy New Year. I hope you guys had a safe and blissful new year, right? It's 2022, right? 2021 is officially over. Now it's 2022. First week back in the market. So I'm super excited. I hope you guys are too. So as always, make sure you like, share, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel, right? Let's get this up. And then if you want to stay up to date, please follow me on social media, Instagram, Facebook. I'm getting my Twitter up. And then also make sure you join the Telegram in the description box below. All right, guys, make sure you join the Telegram in the description box below. Sometimes I'll drop links in there throughout the week. I'll allow you guys to trade with us in our community so you can see how we operate and how we look for the best high probability setups, whether that's in the foreign exchange market, cryptocurrency. Also this year in 2022, I'll be dabbling into NFTs, showing you guys how to profit and market off of that. I'll be showing you guys how to buy property within the metaverse, right? The metaverse is huge, all right, guys? This is the future. And then, of course, I already talked about Web 3.0. So we got a lot going on this year. I want you guys to be focused. I want you guys to have the best probability to be profitable in 2022. All right, guys? So let's get this started. So today, I've been getting a bunch of emails. I've been getting people, yo, what's the best Forex strategy, Steve? What's the best strategy? Which strategy should I jump on? All right. And I'm going to answer this myth that there's this holy grail strategy out there. And to be honest with you guys, there isn't. All right, there isn't. Okay, honestly, what it is, it's about finding your strategy. It's about finding what really works for you. Okay, everybody is different. All right, everybody's different. So with that being said, what works best for you is based on your psychological, your status, how your mind works, all right? And everybody's mind works differently. What do I mean by that? We're all unique as individuals, all right? Some of us prefer, taking higher risk than others. Some of us don't like high risk. Some of us like, taking low risk with high rewards. Some of us are scalpers. Some of us are long-term traders. Some of us are, swing to position traders, all right? Everybody is different. And one of the biggest things that I always advise, especially brand new traders, is find what type of style of trading you would like to incorporate, all right? Because one of the biggest issues is people will basically do this, right? They'll go on YouTube or they'll Google, whatever, they'll type in Forex and, right? And then you got to understand, so many videos pop up on Forex. You start watching all of this, all right? Or if you're inside of the academy, right? You'll go through every single educator, and then you're trying to incorporate everybody's style of trading. And I'm here to tell you, that's going to be very difficult to do, all right? Look at it from this standpoint. Let's say you're trying to learn martial arts, all right? Now, there's different forms of martial arts, right? You got Taekwondo, you got Jiu-Jitsu, you got traditional karate, right? You got so many different arts. But here's the thing, and I always say this, and I'm going to repeat it again. Listen, the jack of all trades is a master of none. The jack of all trades is master of none. So the first thing you got to do is you got to master one yourself. Understand what is it that you want to do, right? And you're only going to understand that through trial and error. Okay, I believe everybody, when they first get onto the charts, we're all scalpers, right? We get into the market. The moment we start making some money, we cash out real quick. Okay, and then after a while, you start realizing, okay, I'm not really a scalper. I don't like, this trading every 5 seconds, right? I want to get the bigger profits. And then as your experience, right, keeps building up, you realize you start transitioning. You start transitioning from a scalper to now an intraday. From an intraday to now swing trader, to now swing trader to, right? So you're always evolving, you're always developing, right? And one thing I will say is, guys, trading, as always, and you're going to hear this a lot, I know it sounds cliche, but it's the absolute truth, all right? Trading is 10% technical, 90% mental, all right? 10% technical, 90% mental. So you want to work on your mental state. Remember, especially if you've never traded before, the reason why I'm going over this, guys, this is my first video of 2022. I want to set the right expectations. I want to start seeing more people be profitable, more people winning. But in order for that to happen, we got to address the truth. All right. And the undeniable truth is most traders are not successful. Most traders blow their accounts. Even if you guys, you come to my channel, you show support, you like this video, that video, right? You're still struggling. It's still not hitting, right? And I'm going to make it my personal mission as much as possible. Like I said, I'm going to be dropping a lot of content on this YouTube channel for 2022, right? And I'm going to, you know, not only dumb down the content that I drop, but make sure that you understand as much as possible so I can help you get to that next level. But as always, you got to put in that work. And one of the work is you got to understand your mindset, right? So I always tell people, right, when it comes to understanding mindsets, right, one of my favorite books, all right, Trading in the Zone. All right, Trading in the Zone. If you haven't read this book, I highly suggest you do. It really talks about mindset. All right, guys. It really talks about mindset. It really talks about being disciplined, being patient. Matter of fact, there's another book by Mark Douglas that a lot of people don't talk about. Everybody just goes in and talks about Trading in the Zone, which is a phenomenal book. But there's another one. It's actually, right, this one right here, Trading for a Living, right? Trading for a Living. Right? Master the market with confidence, discipline, right? Just have that winning mentality. All right, guys, this is another one. This is a very, very good book. I highly suggest you get this, you know, read it. And then the more you get into trading, the more this becomes valuable. All right. I'm telling you, the more you get experience, the more you know, lose some money, right? Along this journey, you're going to lose some money. It's a part of the game, guys. I always say this in life, everything comes in twos, right? You got money, you got taxes, you got life, you got death, right? You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. If you think you're going to come into the trading world and just make a gazillion dollars and not lose nothing, you're absolutely wrong, right? I remember I spoke to this trader recently and he told me, right? He took like $1 million loss at the beginning of 2020, and it messed with his psychology, right? It really messed with his psychology. So it just goes to show you when you're up, doesn't mean just because you're up, you're going to stay up, right? You can still take hits, right? And that's one thing about the markets. It will always humble you, okay? Always remember this. Winning, all winning does, for all my winning traders out there who are already, you know, let's say you're already profitable and you've been doing well, understand something. Winning only feeds your ego. Winning feeds your ego. Losing reveals your character. Losing, right, will show exactly what type of person you really are. All right. That's why I embrace losses. I embrace losses, and I advise every single one of you guys out there to embrace your losses too. Understand that every time you take a loss, understand that this is an opportunity for you to get better. All right. Pain is necessary. Pain is a must. Pain in a way is more important than winning, because when you go through the pain, you understand exactly how it is that you got to the wins. All right. When you're just winning, you don't understand you're winning, right? You don't learn nothing. But when you lose, that's when you really appreciate everything, right? So I advise you guys, really, really important. There's a bunch of other books as well that I can refer, but you know, two of my favorite, Trading in the Zone and Trading for a Living, guys. Please go out there, you know, get the book, whether you don't like to read or not. I think there's definitely an audio for Trading in the Zone. Pretty much, you know, everything got an audio. You probably get an audio for Trading in the Zone, Master the Market with Confidence, same thing too. But I highly, highly suggest, guys, it's only $3.99. If you want to take trading seriously and you want to take your game to that next level, I suggest you get this. All right. So let's jump in. So we're going to talk about, you know, what's the best Forex strategy, right? I always get asked this question, always. So we're going to hop right to it. And we're going to go over, like, truly what's the best strategy. Now, again, you know, like I said, one thing you got to realize is the grind doesn't stop. All right. It never stops. I'm always learning, and you guys are always going to learn too, right? Keep learning, keep testing, keep refining your skill set. For those who've been on my channel, you know, I've evolved. I'm not the same trader I was a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, right? I refine, I'm developing, I'm always getting better. And I advise you guys to get better too. You don't have to be the best. You just have to be consistent, all right? Show up every day. Eventually, you will get to your profitable formula. And that's the key thing. We're trying to help you guys, especially myself, trying to help you get to that profitable formula for yourself, all right? Eventually, you'll get your profitable formula that works for you and makes sense to you. Everyone's formula is slightly different. So even the people that learn from me, right? And they'd be like, yo, Steve, thank you for your strategy. I've learned so much. I make more, right? They still have their own twist to their strategy, right? Same thing like Kobe Bryant. I always like to use this analogy. Kobe is the closest thing to Michael Jordan, but you knew the difference between Kobe and Michael, all right? Kobe still had his own personality when he was on the basketball court. So the same thing with you. Sometimes as traders, we try to be so much like our mentor, so much like that person you follow out there. And I understand, you know, we got some great traders out there. Shout out to all the great traders, and you're trying to be like them, but really you're trying to learn from them, just like you're learning from me. You want to learn, right? Incorporate what you've learned from us, and then you add your twist, right? That fits your personality. And that's going to be the difference maker, all right? Everyone's formula is slightly different. Everyone trades slightly different. Even if we trade the same system. So even though you trade the same system as me, like break, retest, right? Inside imbalance zone, all of that good stuff, right? At the end of the day, it's still slightly different based on your trading psychology, based on your rules, all right? That's inevitable due to our psychology, guys, being so unique to every individual. Everybody's psychology is different. So you guys will never be me. You're never going to be me. You're never going to be Warren Buffett. You're never going to be whoever you look up to. You're never going to be them, right? Always keep that in mind. So the best strategy, guys, the best Forex strategy is based on your psychology. All right. It's based on your psychology. It's a culmination of multiple systems, right, that fit your personality. So you could learn from myself and, like I said, other great traders out there, and you just combine everything, right? That fits your personality. And really, that's the best strategy. All right. It's never really one thing. Okay. Right. As like I said, Kobe, yes, he took a lot of Michael Jordan's, blueprint and made it his, but he still, right, his own system. He still, even though he took the blueprint from Michael, he still incorporated his own style. And that's what you got to do. And that's what made him the best. And that's what's going to make you the best, guys. So there's never going to be a video that comes out, this is the best Forex strategy. You know why? Because your psychology is different from that individual. All right, guys, your psychology is different from that individual. So it will never be the best Forex strategy. The best Forex strategy for you is based on the system that you create for yourself. All right. You're going to get somebody's blueprint that you're going to take and be like, okay, I like this, I like that. And then I'm going to incorporate it with my style based on my psychology. All right. So let's jump right into this. All right. So we're going to go over entries today, right? Refining entries and understanding when to truly get into the market. How do I know when my trade setup is really there, right? So a lot of you guys, you'll message me and you'll be like, yo, Steve, I understand what you're saying. Like, wait for a break, retest, this, that, and third, but I still get stuck. No problem. All right. First and foremost, the one thing you got to always understand before you start trading, you have to understand market structure. Market structure is king. All right, ladies and gentlemen, market structure is, without a doubt, king. You must understand market structure because entries, risk to reward, trading on the 5-minute, the 15-minute, none of that matters if you don't understand structure. That's why I'm huge on structure. That's why I tell people, if you understand structure, you're going to win. You're automatically going to win. All right. So once you understand structure, everything else really becomes simple and easy. It's all about literally just discipline, risk management, and then being patient. So let's look at GJ, for example, right? I got this chart. I'm going to look at a couple pairs, couple setups here. So you guys really understand this, because if you can understand this, this is going to really help you starting your 2022 off to a good start. All right. So right now we are obviously in an uptrend. We're in an uptrend, major uptrend, right? Actually, GJ just bounced off this crazy support, really demand zone right here. Why demand zone? Look at the huge rally to the upside, right? Huge rally to the upside. Right now, boom. All right. Huge rally to the upside. Now, before price took off, what was the market doing? The market was in a downtrend. It was coming down. All right. I'm going to identify this trend line here, and price was coming down. Now, what validates a trend? Okay, guys. And I was thinking about this the other day, and a lot of times people jump in the market too soon thinking that the uptrend is ready or the downtrend is ready. No. All right. See how price was going on this uptrend, and then out of nowhere, it started to turn. All right. This downtrend wasn't confirmed the moment this started to drop here. All right. Right. So we had this up move, and we had price creating higher highs, right? Higher highs. And then it stopped. No more higher high. Came down, and then it created a lower high, right? It created a higher high here, then a higher low, but then it created this lower high. Why lower high? Because it did not create a new higher high. All right. But that's not the beginning of the downtrend. You see, keep this rule in mind, guys. A trend truly begins. Let me put this capitalized, right? A trend truly begins once you have at least two, either lower lows or higher highs. All right, I'll type this up here. Lower lows, right, which is LL, or higher highs, which is HH. All right, a trend truly begins once you have at least two lower lows or higher highs, right? So what do I mean by that, Steve? Perfect example right here. See how price broke this structure right here? Most people would have thought, okay, the uptrend is beginning. No. See how price came right back down, right? See, this is an unconfirmed trend, all right? This is where a lot of traders get messed up. They think the moment price starts turning around that, you know, the market is reversing. My true confirmation did not come until this break of structure occurred. This lower low occurred. All right, lower low. All right, so that was the first one. It created a lower low, then I had a lower high, then it created a second lower low. So once that second lower low was created, right, second lower low was created, now I have good confirmation that this move is really going to come down. See, the problem is with most people, they're so anxious to jump in the market. They're so anxious to buy. They're so anxious to sell, right? That they don't even wait, right? Trading, a lot of things when it comes to technical trading, you got to wait for confirmations. You got to wait for price to actually make its move, all right? So many people are so quick to jump in the market. No, you can't do that, right? As soon as price came up here, right? I'm going to go back to the daily. We had this previous resistance, and this is what most traders would have done. They would have gone to a lower time frame because they saw price reverse over here. They're quick to start selling right at that same spot. And look what price did. From 156, it jumped up another 200 plus pips, right? Came back, retest that level, but that wasn't, this drop right here wasn't the confirmation. I need to see at least two lower lows So I had the first one here, I had the second one here. Now that I have my second one, perfect, right? Now that I have my second one, let me zoom up over here, perfect. Now what I want to do is I want to see a pullback. I want to see a retest back into that previous structure that was just broken on that first lower low, right? So let me erase everything. We're still in our downtrend, right? We're now going into our down move, right? This up move was broken. We are now coming down. So that was the first, right? And then boom, second was created. Perfect. So now I need a retest. I need to see price come back and retest this level. Now, when it's coming back to retest that level, what is it that I'm looking for to the left of me? I would like to see an imbalance candle, all right? And once again, what is an imbalance candle? I'm gonna zoom in here, right? Got two examples, one right here and one there. An imbalance candle, right? It's a 3-candle process. So if you notice, most candles, when they're next to each other, right? You got the body and then you have the wicks, right? If you notice, the wicks basically go into each other. They go into each other, next to each other. Then you get these big institutional candles, these big, large candles. And what it does, it creates a gap. See the candle before this one right here, this large, big candle? You see the gap between this candle right here, the candle before it, and the candle after it, right? You see this gap in between? That is what you call an imbalance. So that means eventually price needs to come in and fill in this imbalance, which it does right over here. So that means idealistically, this is where I would want to enter the market, all right? Now, remember, just because we got an imbalance candle, I don't want you guys going out there and just thinking, oh, every time I see an imbalance candle, let me just start buying and selling. No, you have to always use it in conjunction, right? A large part of trading is you want to use confluence, multiple confirmations. You want multiple things backing up your analysis before you jump into trade, all right? So one of the things that is backing up, again, I'm in a downtrend now. I'm looking to sell, but I don't want to sell right here, right? Again, I haven't gotten that break of structure. I just got my first lower low here. I need my second one. So now I get my second one, break, perfect. This one was created, the second one was created. This is perfect. Now, look over here. Look what was created again. Another imbalance candle. And let me tell you guys something. You'll see a lot of imbalance candle over 90% of the time, right? If it's a good one, every time you see an engulfing candle, so you see this bearish engulfing candle right here, right? You see how the body is clearly 3 times bigger than this bullish one, right? That is an imbalance. You see the candle before it, right? And the candle after it, you see the space, right? See this imbalance that needs to be filled? So voila, right? And you see how price comes in to fill in that gap before making its move to the downside? And look what happens. Price comes back and retests that level. So here is where I would want to idealistically get into the market. All right. Yes, there's some of you guys out there saying, well, Steve, I could have gotten in over here, or I could have gotten in over here. Yes, you can. All right. But again, that is the unconfirmed trend. So it's a little riskier. All right. It's a little riskier. Yes, you could have gotten in over here. Absolutely. The moment that started to turn around, you could have gotten over here. See, if I erase all of this, right? And let me zoom in. I'm going to highlight this part right here. All right. Yes, you could have gotten in. All right. You could have, let me backtrack. Let me get all of that. There we go. Right here. You could have gotten in. Absolutely. Right? I got an imbalance candle over here, right at the top. So as you can see, price came back, retested, came inside the zone. There was my short. But remember, you're risking it because price could have did what? Create a new high. All right. The reason why you want to wait for the second one, all right, that's the safe zone. All right. By waiting, instead of being so zealous and jumping into the market right away, you wait for at least 2 lower lows to be created. If it's a true downtrend, market is really about to shift, right? You should get 2. This was the first one. That's the second one. All right. And I'm going to show you one going on an uptrend. This would idealistically be the spot I would want to enter the trade. So remember that a true trend is confirmed once I either got 2 lower lows or 2 higher highs being created, right? Euro USD has the perfect example. After I'm done with this, I'll go to Euro USD, right? So then, boom, there's my trade. I enter here, right? Let's zoom in. I enter over here. My stop loss above the wick, or if I want to, give it a little wiggle room right over there, right? So about 20, 30, right? A little bit too high. I don't want about 70 pip move. I always try to keep my stop loss around 30 pips or under. But then look at my move to the downside, right? Look at that move to the downside. Over 300 pips. Over 300 pips. Safe, right? Safe. So same thing. See how price came down here to this demand zone, right? Came down here to this demand zone. So boom. Now remember, I'm on the daily. Your 3 highest time frames, your daily, your weekly, your monthly. Your daily, your weekly, your monthly. I tell everybody, you should always map out your charts based on the daily, weekly, monthly before going down to the smaller time frames. All right. So you always know overall what the market is doing. So now I'm at this support down here. Now I can make my way down to the 4 hour, to the 1 hour, right? See what's going on. So when price comes down to this support, this demand, right? Now I'm looking for price to reverse. And this is where everybody messes up, right? Notice this descending channel being formed, right? I'm getting divergence. For those who don't know, divergence is when you have your indicator going one way and price action going another. So you see how the indicator, the MACD, is moving up while price is coming down. So how do I know when to buy? All right. Now, if you notice, right? All right, back on the 4 hour. If you notice how choppy price was coming down here. Like every time it tried to go up, it wasn't a strong impulse up. It wasn't a strong impulse up. Not only that, right? If you notice, right, there's no clear imbalance candles being created, right? I wasn't getting a breakout, meaning a break of structure, all right? Actually, let's go down to the 1 hour so you guys can see it more clearly, right? Remember, every time on the MACD here, every time it's crossing over and crossing back and forth, it's creating structure, right? So that means I want to see price break above here. So one person could say, hey, Steve, there was an imbalance candle right here. Yeah, but I would have been afraid to take that buy because, right? I did not, right? Price did not break above here previously. I'm not getting no break of structure. I need a break of structure first. All right. Before I take any imbalance, I need a break of structure. I need a change of direction because we're going in a downtrend. All right. So boom, I got that break of structure right over here. Now that still doesn't mean we're going in the uptrend just yet. What did I say? Right? A true trend, right? When a true trend truly begins, you're going to have 2 or more, right? So that means 2 break of structures. So that means if this is the first one, I need a second one to break here. Because if I start jumping in the market, I'm risking it, right? I'm risking it. So when this up move was created, yes, I had imbalanced candles created, right? I had a nice one down here. I had another one right here, right? Two nice imbalanced candles. But I'm risking it, all right? Now, right, I broke the first one, which was over here. Idealistically, I want to wait for the second one to be broken. So price comes down, yes, and again, especially for my scalpers out there, yeah, you could have made some money. 100 pips. 100 pips is no light feat, right? Like, that's good. You catch 100 pips, I don't care what anybody says. You catch 100 pips, I'm good. Somebody tells me, Steve, every setup you take, you'll catch 100 pips. I'm good. I'll take that all day, every day. I'm gonna write my check to $1 billion, right? But if we're really trying to catch the real move, the long move, right? That big move to the upside, I need a second break of structure. So price came down, right? Clearly, I need this to be broken. So anytime it goes up, if it's not breaking here, we haven't turned around yet. Came up, even though this crossed over, it still hasn't broken this main structure over here. Then we get the big one, boom. Finally, we got the real second BOS. The first one was over here. The second one was over here, perfect. Now, I need that retest, that pullback into that imbalance zone. Now, this is where you truly gonna look for that retest, that pullback. And based off of this move, right? This first breakout, that first impulsive move to the upside, now we're gonna go back and find those imbalance zones, right? Those imbalance zones. And like I always say, guys, I would really always go off a higher time frame so you can see with clarity. So I had an imbalance zone right over here, and obviously the small one right here. So look, when price pulled back, guess what? Boom. Now it's in my zone. Perfect. Now, this is the thing where a lot of people get stuck, right? You know when you ever take a test, math test, science test, right? You study so much, you study, and then when that test finally comes, you're just frozen, you're just stuck, right? Same thing, it happens all the time. It used to happen to me. Okay, price is in my zone. What do I do now? All right, now what you're looking for momentum in that direction for the setup you're looking for. So I was looking for a buy. So remember, we had the first break of structure right here. Perfect. This nice impulsive move, which gave us some nice imbalance zones. All right. Yes, I could have taken this buy here. Yes, I could have taken that buy here. But that wasn't the real move. Remember, guys, you want to see at least two break of structure, right? So that was the first one. All right. So this was the first. That means this right here needs to be broken. All right, came down, crossed over, didn't break. Came down, crossed over, didn't break. Came down, finally broke. I think we're ready for that uptrend. I think we're ready for that buy. I think this downtrend is over, right? I think this downtrend is truly over now, all right? We got two or more. You see it right here. And then, boom, look. Price comes back inside that zone, and all you're waiting for based on the time frame you're trading on, so whether I choose to take this entry on the 4-hour or even the 1-hour, right? All I'm waiting for is a nice strong bullish momentum in that direction. So I'm looking basically for, we're going to zoom in here, right? I'm looking for a large big bullish candlestick, bullish engulfing candlestick. This is a good sign right here. So that means, right? And remember, engulfing candles do what? They create imbalance zones, right? They create imbalance zones. You see how it wicks back in here? So that means anywhere inside here is my entry. Entry here, stop loss below, and then voila, right? You got your move to the upside. You got your big move to the upside. And if you want to narrow in, right? Let me come back down here. Let's say I want to zoom in and get a tighter entry. Let me erase all of this, right? So it gave me an imbalance candle right here. Perfect. All I would do is go down to a smaller time frame. That's it. I just go down to a smaller time frame. And the same thing I would do on the higher one, I'm doing on the smaller one. So look, came in and you see how it retest? See how it's actually even in conjunction with the MACD, came, retest, did not break this low. So, and same thing, I would wait for a nice bullish candlestick, not a small one. You want to see a nice bullish candlestick. So in this case, we're looking for a buy, nice bullish. I enter here. I can either place my stop loss here or down here. And then you have this wonderful move to the upside, right? And remember, now price has created a third break of structure, right? That was your first, that broke the second, now the third. And every time during the uptrend, price is creating an imbalance candle, you want to mark that up, because eventually what price is going to do, it's going to come back inside that zone, and only inside that zone, that's where you're looking to enter. Boom. Same here. See these imbalance candles? Boom. Voila. All right. And this is how you get better entries. Euro USD, I wanted to show you an example on that. Right. So notice how Euro, to end pretty much the year off, it went for that buy, right? It went up. Check this out. So based off the higher time frame, we've been in a what? We've been in a downtrend basically all year. We basically, Euro USD has been in a downtrend. All right. So we're overall in a sell, but doesn't mean we're not going to get pullbacks, right? And if you notice, see, during true trends, imbalance candles are going to be created. Now, does that mean price is always going to pull back? No, right? There was probably sell orders. Eventually, this will get filled. This one all the way back up here, that's going to get filled without a doubt, right? But sometimes the market doesn't fill it right away. Boom, it'll continue, but eventually it will get back up there. But notice the ones in between, they get filled right over here. See, look where price is going, right? To fill in inside this imbalance candle, this imbalance candle. Now, let's go down for a second. We are actually in a weekly retest. And if you look left, look where we're at, right? Nice, and a nice demand zone. So let's break this down. Actually, let's get rid of all of that so you guys can see with clarity. Let's break this down. We're in a nice demand zone. Even though we're in a downtrend, we're in a nice demand zone. Look what price did. Anytime you can get price, market in a demand zone in conjunction with what you're looking for, the better. All right. So yes, even though we're in a downtrend, we have hit a demand zone, basically an area where buyers have taken over. And we've seen a strong rally to the upside, right? Super strong rally to the upside. So now go to the daily. All right. So if I'm looking at this daily and we're in this daily zone here, that means I need to see a strong bullish candlestick explode out of here first. That means there's no point of me looking at the 15-minute. If I look at the 15-minute, I'm going to drive myself crazy, because every 15-minute price is just going to go up, down, up, down. Look at all this consolidation. Right? Look at all this consolidation, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Like, frustrating. Yes, you can trade inside there, but what a pain. That's a real pain right there, right? So on the daily here, since I'm inside this weekly demand zone, I need to see a strong daily bullish candle. And long and behold, voila. Right? Look what was created. A nice bullish candle, and pretty much look at all that space, right? When the next candle was formed, let me go back. Let's do this. When the next daily candle was formed, it did what? It created an imbalance, right? See that? Imbalance. And another tip, anytime you see an engulfing candle, the opposite, going the opposite direction, basically like smart money traders say this, smart money concept traders say this all the time, right? Right before the market reverses, it will sell to buy, right? So if you're going in an uptrend, basically prices in a downtrend, it'll sell to buy and vice versa. You'll buy to sell. So like real quick, just want to point this out. So you see right before this went up, notice how you were, right before this went down, I should say, right? Notice how you got strong candles, bullish engulfing candle here, strong candles, right? It'll buy to sell, all right? So what I like to do is I like to, you know, zone in on there, right? So when I see an engulfing candle right before price reverse, I know, okay, that's where I want to highlight my entry. Boom. So perfect. So now I know I'm looking for entry anywhere inside here. Anywhere inside here. And based on this daily setup here, remember, I want to ride this from zone to zone. So if I'm looking for a buy, where would I want to take this? To the next imbalance candle, right? Which would be right around here, right? Let's get rid of this. Boom. So now at this point, what am I looking to do? I'm going to go down to a smaller time frame and I'm going to wait for entry inside this zone. And like I said, I'm waiting for price to get in here and give me bullish momentum to look for my buy. All right. So let's continue. Right now, that was, you know, a news candle, whatever. So the only way you would have caught that, unless you would have had a pending order. The pending order would have picked up and then boom, right? That was the only way you would have caught that. Pending order activated and, you know, you'd be up, you know, let's say 80 pips, probably 100 pips before this, you know, consolidated, right? Right. So you see that here? This is what you're truly looking for, right? You want to see a nice move like that. Boom. My entry on the next candle there, stop loss below. And then there's my move, right? Now, check this out. Remember, this consolidated a lot. Now, what did I say when I was going over GJ? A true trend does not begin until you get what? A break of structure. That means I'm going to need not only a higher high, 2 higher highs. So I haven't gotten none of that. So actually taking these buys right here, very, very risky. Even though you would have caught this, you would have made money. Even though you would have caught this, it didn't go far, you would have made money. That's an 80 pip move right there, right? Before this came back down again, you would have made money, right? But notice, no break of structure was being created, right? No higher highs. So this is all risky trading, all right? This is all risky trading. That's why when you look at Wyckoff, right? I know some of you guys are familiar with that. Wyckoff is, you know, very heavily used, especially by institutional traders, smart money concept. If you notice, that's why Wyckoff waits, right? Wyckoff waits for the consolidation to finish, break out of it, and then start looking for entry, right? So you want to look at that the same thing. I got this consolidation happening and no break of structure to the upside. So I can't verify that this is going up just yet, right? So then price keeps going. And then boom, right? Now, has price broken above? No, we're actually still inside of this consolidation, right? Well, actually, no, we're not, right? I just broke in here. So actually the wick is at the top here. So that we break up just a little bit, right? Guys, an actual break would be the body, not the wick, the body. So you see how the wick went beyond here, but that doesn't count. In order for this to be broken, right, the body must close. If the body doesn't close beyond the wick, right, that's not an official break. The body, right? So you got an actual body here. All right, so you got an actual body here. All right, we got an actual break. So now what we're looking for, all right, based on the smaller time frame, is now we're looking for price to pull back, get some type of pullback back into those imbalance zones. So notice during this entire time when it was creating all this consolidation, look at the imbalance zones, right? It was created here. Every time it kept going up to the upside, what was the market doing, right? It was creating imbalance zones, right? And that's what you want to look for. Every time you're looking for your entry, you want to look for it inside of imbalance zones, all right? So when this came up here, this was on the 21st, look at this imbalance candle that was created right here. And notice right before the year ended, look how price, boom, right? So this candle right here engulfing, and then you had your move to the upside, all right? So if this holds, now the market is actually back open, right? We should see this now enter based on the 4-hour time frame, and look what we got over here. Looky, a nice imbalance candle, right? We should see a continuation into here before we get any type of pullback. But again, the uptrend has not been confirmed yet. You know why? We have not gotten not only a true break, right? I would be a little skeptical about that break, even though the body closed a little bit above it. Like, you want to see an actual break, right? See how these lower lows were being created? Like, you want to see an actual lower low, the body of it close below that area. So we want to see body close above this range, right? But that's only going to be the first break of structure. To confirm a trend, we need at least 2, right? The moment this started turning around and it created 2, came down, that was 1, that was 2. Now I can jump in and start looking for my sells. So when this pulled back and retest, look where it retest to. When I look left, I got an imbalance candle waiting for me. That's my entry. Entry here, stop loss right above, look left, and then I have my move to the downside. And notice, every time price keeps pulling back, inside of an imbalance candle, right? Boom. This pullback, inside of an imbalance candle, right? And now you have a smooth trend. So we're not out of this downtrend just yet, right? We need a higher high to be created, 2 higher highs. We haven't even really got 1 yet. Once we get 1, right, then 2 on that second one, after that first break right there, then once we get a pullback inside an imbalance candle, then we can look to go long. All right. So that's how you can get better entries in 2022, guys. Hopefully this video was broken down, was made simple, was made easy for you guys to understand. Remember, the best strategy is based on your psychology, your formula, the system, right? That you prefer, that fits your mentality. All right. Like I said, it's inevitable. Due to our psychology being so unique, everybody's trading is going to be slightly different, regardless of what happens to you and how you beat yourself up, right? No matter what, guys, get up and do it again, right? Little by little, you'll continue to improve. This is an art of being patient and practicing discipline, all right? Risk management is everything. This isn't a game for quitters, and it requires a lot of willpower and vision. But as long as you stay the course and you keep practicing this, guys, I promise you, you will get better. All right. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. Like I said, I'm going to be bringing a lot of content, more videos coming out this week. Stay subscribed to this. Keep your notifications up. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, shoot me a message. If you want to be a part of my community, you want to be a part of the morning sessions, what I have to offer, definitely shoot me an email, of course, to be a part of my group. You can't already be a part of the business that I'm already in, but I'm always here to help, always here to give advice. Okay, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, give me some feedback. All right, guys. It's 2022. Let's get it. Let's go, man. We're going to have a great, amazing year. Once again, Happy New Year to everybody out there. Stay blessed. Stay beautiful. I will see you all on the next video.